What's going on, everyone? It's Marsellis back with another video, and we got to go over Bitcoin today. There's so much going on right now inside of crypto in general. But first, we're just going to go over this little technicals here. So it looks like a steep uptrend that we're on right now. And just like how back here when we, had this huge steep uptrend, we had to come back down to the trend line. Now we have another uptrend, and we may continue to go up a little bit more before we come back to the trend line, just like we did right here. It might actually replay itself again, go up a little bit more, maybe up to about 47,000, possibly even 50,000 before we retrace back to about 45,000 to 47,000. So that's what we can see in the technicals with Bitcoin. That's just a simplified technical analysis. I don't really do many technical analysis, so I do a simplified version, telling you, look, we're going up on this uptrend, and that's what's happening. But anyways, I'm more on the fundamental side of things, so that's what I really want to talk about today. So the first thing I really want to talk about with Bitcoin, look at this, $45,000. That's a lot of money that we just now had in Bitcoin. And we came all the way from $29,000. Like, look at what happened way back here. Let's go over here to the 4-hour chart. Look at what happened. We came all the way back here, and we just bottomed out at 29,000. And yes, that was the bottom of the little short-term bear run. But now we're back into that bull run. So this is really good news with Bitcoin. We have a lot of potential here to potentially get up to $1,000 or $100,000 by the end of the year. Definitely don't want to be at $1,000 Bitcoin. Actually, yeah, I would be really happy if Bitcoin went to $1,000, because then I would take all my money and just throw it into Bitcoin. But anyways, Bitcoin is never going to reach $1,000 again. Let's be completely honest with ourselves. But anyways, let's move on, because we know that the institutional investors aren't going to let that happen. But as you can see, Bitcoin's dominance is at 45.6% all the way up here. And then you see that Ethereum's dominance is at 19.7%. So Bitcoin's still dominant over all these altcoins. Bitcoin's still doing the most movements, up 19% in the last 7 days. So Bitcoin's doing really well, 860 million in market cap. So we're almost back at that trillion. But anyways, let's talk about these Bitcoin whales. Now, this is not FUD at all. This is not FUD at all. No fear, uncertainty, and doubt here. But I am going to say something. This is the number 3 Bitcoin whale. And yes, we know this is probably not probably. It's an exchange or it's an institutional investor. Either way, it's an exchange or institutional investor. So it's the number 3 Bitcoin whale. As you can see, there's a lot of money in this, like 1.4 billion. I don't believe this might not be the third. It might be the fourth, fifth. I don't know. Somewhere around there. But yeah, $1.4 billion in this. And I'm pretty sure, let's go back over here. Let's click Bitcoin rich list. So as you can see here with Bitcoin and rich list, okay, yeah, it's not the third. I was about to say $1.4 billion. That's not enough money to be the third richest Bitcoin whale out there. But yeah, it's this one actually right here. So I want to go over this Bitcoin whale, right? So look at what they're doing here. They're selling way more than they're buying. Yes, they bought 2.2 million earlier today, which was about an hour ago or 50 minutes ago, somewhere around there. But look, they bought 2.2 million, yeah. But right before they bought that, they sold 90 million Bitcoins. And then they sold $66 million in Bitcoin. Then they sold $2 million in Bitcoin. Yeah, they bought 5.7 million. But then they sold 4 million again. They sold 1 million. Yeah, they bought 15 million, 3 million. But then they kept selling. But this, like I said, it could be an exchange, or, we don't know what it is. It could be an exchange. And look, down here, they bought 460 million of Bitcoin. They're doing lots of buying and selling. But this is just huge right here. When they seen it hit 45K, 90 million sold, 66 million sold. Maybe they're just doing swing trades and day trades, making little profits here and there. But it's kind of weird activity from a huge whale like this. But anyways, whales do a lot of weird stuff. We can't really tell what the whales do, so we can't really say, oh, Bitcoin's crashing. No, you can't say that. Like, look at this. This Bitcoin whale came in not January, February, but in March. They came in March at $244 million when it was $48,000. Mind you, $48,000 Bitcoin. This Bitcoin whale comes and puts $244 million. We're not even at $48,000. We're at $44,000 or $45,000 right now. So if this Bitcoin whale, mind you, this is a billionaire. This is not a millionaire. This is a billionaire. This is an institutional investor, not an exchange. It's an institutional investor. They came in on the 3rd right here, March. They came in on the 1st of March, $244 million. Millionaires don't do that. Billionaires do that. A millionaire will not take all of their money and throw it into Bitcoin. A billionaire will take about 1 to 5, maybe 10% of their portfolio and put it into Bitcoin. And that's exactly what's happening here. So you see that they keep doing this over and over again. Now, they came over here on the 5th and they did 114 million. That's a lot of money. That is so much money. And then 27 million, 7 million, 2 million, 1 million, 4 million, 5 million, 6 million, 7 million, 8 million, 4 million. Again, they're buying so much money. This is telling you that these institutional investors are very bullish on Bitcoin, and that they're very bullish on Bitcoin. They're literal billionaires. If billionaires are bullish on Bitcoin, we should probably be bullish on it too. I'm not a follower, definitely not a follower, but when we see the big money go somewhere, we gotta follow that big money. But anyways, there are a lot of sell orders going on too. I'm not gonna just keep hyping up Bitcoin like no one's selling. Like this whale sold on the 6th of this month, the 6th of August, $64 million, and then another $64 million. That's a lot of money that they sold, coming out to 128 million. And they did something similar, 59 million, and then 56 million last month on the 28th and 27th. So those were huge sell orders, very huge sell orders. Don't know why they did it. This was the third largest Bitcoin whale that I was talking about. The third one. They have $5 billion, literally $5 billion in there. This is a literal billionaire, but most likely it could be an exchange. Let's be honest. If it's the third Bitcoin whale, it could be an exchange, could be an institutional investor, anything. Anyways, let's get off these whales. But first, I want to talk about another huge whale. Yesterday, on the 9th of August, this Bitcoin whale came in with $460 million yesterday. Like, that's a lot of money for a one-time purchase. So I think we really got to pay attention to what's going on here in Bitcoin, because the FOMO cycle is starting to come right back around, and there's a lot going on. And this is one of the biggest stories going on in Bitcoin right now. Meme stock AMC now plans to accept Bitcoin. So AMC will begin accepting Bitcoin payments for concessions and theater tickets as soon as the end of the year happens. So marking the latest development in AMC's hard lean into the meme stock superstardom. So during the company's second quarter earnings call on Monday, AMC boss Adam Aron kicked off the Bitcoin bullet point by noting, unsurprisingly, that many of AMC's new shareholders are quite enthusiastic about cryptocurrency. So if you've been following along with the meme stock drama at home, this should come as absolutely no surprise. He added that the company will have the technology systems in place to accept Bitcoin by the end of 2021. Bitcoin payments will have to be made online, but will be widely supported across all AMC theaters inside the US. This is huge, very big news, because AMC is going crazy. AMC has made millionaires literally, but Bitcoin may not be the only cryptocurrency the company accepts in the long run. So that's another big statement. And then, the CEO said that they're exploring other crypto avenues. So this is huge. He said in his exact words, he said, "We also are in the preliminary stage of now exploring how else AMC can participate in this new burgeoning cryptocurrency universe, and we're quite intrigued by a potentially lucrative business opportunity for AMC if we intelligently pursue serious further involvement with cryptocurrency." So let's be honest, they're going to start accepting Dogecoin. That's what that means. He didn't even have to say all that. He didn't have to say all that. We know they're going to start accepting Dogecoin. Dogecoin's huge inside the meme investing, and Dogecoin had a huge pump just like AMC. So AMC investing in Dogecoin will send AMC or Dogecoin to the moon, and send AMC to the moon too, as well as Bitcoin whenever they invest in Bitcoin as well and accept that. That'll be huge for all of crypto. But anyways, this is very big news here. Let's go ahead and move on to the next thing. But also, they said over here, in addition to committing to crypto payments, Aaron said AMC is currently working on Apple Pay and Google Pay options as well for its US theaters. Those two should be introduced by the end of the year. So yeah, very big stuff going on with AMC and with Bitcoin. Let's move on to the next thing. Now, Bitcoin ETF is no longer an if, but a when. So Grayscale Investments says that. Now, the Bitcoin ETF, that's going to be very huge. That gives people the opportunity who would otherwise not buy crypto to buy crypto. Like people who only trust stocks, they're going to be like, oh, now there's a Bitcoin ETF. I'll just invest in this. And they'll do that. And then people who don't even know how to invest in crypto, they'll just invest into the stocks. Because let's be honest, a lot of people don't know how to invest in crypto. Like our grandparents, our great grandparents, they probably don't know how to invest in crypto. So that's going to be a very big thing inside the future. Anyways, let's go over this. Not all hope is lost for Bitcoin ETF believers of Grayscale Investment says. So the Securities and Exchange Commission Chairman Greg Gensler dampened excitement around the possible approval for a Bitcoin-based exchange-traded fund. So this is going to be huge. Whenever this ETF comes out, is going to be big news for crypto all over. It says, but for the firm behind the hugely popular Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, Gensler's comments comes as an affirmation. Grayscale's global head of ETFs told CNBC ETF's Edge. So anyways, this is going to be very huge. Whenever this comes out, this is probably going to be one of those things that kind of shakes the stock market out, which will send the stock market going to the moon too. So Bitcoin can literally help everything out. But let's move on to the next thing, which is the infrastructure bill. This thing has been going crazy in the news, and it just now passed the Senate, and now it's got to go to the House. So $1.2 trillion infrastructure bill passed the Senate with troubling crypto requirements. So the U.S. Senate has passed the $1.2 trillion bill. Let's read this. The infrastructure bill has a portion that is designed to obliterate crypto. That's what they said. And this is crazy. I mean, it says Senator Ted Cruz. So Senator Ted Cruz said this. He said this infrastructure bill has in it a portion that is designed to obliterate crypto. That would be a tragic mistake. Literally, the senator Ted Cruz. I mean, I just have to, emphasize how big it is for a literal senator to say Bitcoin is about to be destroyed. That's why I was showing you the big whales that were selling out huge, because they were selling out huge because of this specific news right here. But anyways, let's go over this because this is huge. So Senate passed this infrastructure bill with unworkable crypto tax provision. So the U.S. Senate voted 69 to 30. So literally 69 people to 30 people to approve the 1.2 trillion bipartisan infrastructure bill Tuesday without a crypto amendment. So many people have raised concerns about the cryptocurrency provision in the bill. Senator Pat Toomey from Pennsylvania called it unworkable. Even senators are saying that it's a terrible bill. 2 amendments were put forward to rectify the situation. On Monday, the senators who sponsored the 2 amendments reached an agreement with the Treasury Department, and the compromise crypto amendment was born. So the Senate voted on the compromise amendment Monday afternoon. However, it required an unanimous consent agreement, and Senator Richard Shelby from Alabama objected after he failed to get support from his own amendment. This is crazy. Senator Ted Cruz from Texas tweeted, that's what we read earlier. He said the infrastructure bill, catastrophic, obliterate crypto, just completely destroy it. This is a terrible mistake, by the way. I don't agree with any of this. I want them to just leave crypto alone, leave us alone, do your own thing, go mess with the stock market, but leave crypto alone. But anyways, Senator Mike Lee from Utah warned during the Senate session Saturday that if this bill passes, it's going to have a chilling effect on innovation within the sector. So places outside the United States may well be the ones to reap the benefits associated with the laws here in the United States if we adopt an unproven, untested, unknown strategy. What you'll see is the flight of innovation and investments related to innovation to offshore locations around the globe. Just like a lot of American factory jobs are going overseas, now a lot of crypto mining operations are going overseas. Now a lot of exchanges are going overseas, and a lot of people invested huge into crypto are going overseas. Institutional investors overseas. So we're going to be seeing a huge shift here inside the crypto space. But let's keep reading here. Many people in the crypto community agree, including Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong, who wrote, "We will see future development of blockchain technology move offshore to countries like China that are currently embracing it." Tesla CEO Elon Musk concurred, emphasizing that there is no crisis that compels hasty legislation. And I just want to say, I don't know what Brian Armstrong's talking about. China is not embracing crypto. China is embracing China Coin, which is the Chinese yuan, but they're not embracing crypto. They're embracing their crypto, the China coin that they're making. But yeah, I just wanted to make that clear. Like, that was kind of weird reading that. But anyways, a major problem in the bill is definition of a broker. So we already kind of went over this in the other ones, but they're saying they must file reports with the Internal Revenue Service, aka the IRS. As it stands, a broker could include software developers, transaction validators, and node operators. We do not collect the information the IRS requires. So a lot of stuff going on here. We're going to go ahead and move on to the next section because there's just so much here. All right, so the next thing we got to talk about is the whole green mining for Bitcoin and all that. But because all the energy that's being used, I mean, they're using so much different kinds of energy. They're using hydroelectricity, they're using nuclear power, solar, wind, everything. But anyways, as Bitcoin looks to go green, some miners look to nuclear power as a possible solution. Now, nuclear power, a lot of people are starting to do that, But I'm going to just go skip here to the bottom. Why some say nuclear is not a good solution to clean up Bitcoin mining energy use. So while there have been a few indications of Bitcoin miners partnering with nuclear companies, it's still very early days. So there's no data on this specifically, but it's likely only a very small percentage. So and further, I don't expect this to become a wider trend. But anyways, he points out to a recent July 15th announcement that Nevada-based BlackRock Petroleum Company entered into a 24-month binding agreement with Optimum Mining Host Limited Liability Company to host up to 1 million Bitcoin miners, all powered by natural gas from Alberta, Canada. Natural gas emits about half as much carbon dioxide as coal and third less carbon emissions than oil or petroleum, but methane is emitted during the production and transportation of the gas. So let's go over here and look at something else, not this, but this. Bitcoin's energy use compared to other major industries. Now, this is a lot to read here. Bitcoin is consuming energy. As you can see here, these are the different types of energy that's being used for Bitcoin. As you can see, North America is the most diverse out of all of them. There, we are using like more of everything, and the other places are not using as much. But let's go all the way down here. So look at this. As you can see here, you can see everything that's happening here. The primary energy sustainable power mix for Bitcoin mining, and then you got all these different things that we're using to mine Bitcoin. But the main thing that we want to go down here and look at is what the other industries are doing. This is Bitcoin compared to the building industry, compared to the construction industry. So Bitcoin is all the way down here with 79 of energy use. And then you look over here with building construction industry, they're literally 5.8K. And then the non-residential buildings at 9.6K. And then we got the residential buildings at 26K. Literally, look how small Bitcoin is compared to everything else. And then this isn't the only thing. Bitcoin's energy use compared to the transportation energy. Now, when you look at the transportation energy, you see Bitcoin isn't being used as much for this stuff. Look, Bitcoin isn't being used as much as any of this. Bitcoin's all the way down here, and then you got the trains doing the 7093. You got other transport at 859. You got the buses at 1321. You got the aviation here at 4,000. You got the shipping at 4,000. You got the road freight vehicles at 8,000. And then you got passenger road vehicles at 15,000. And passenger road vehicles probably like Uber and stuff like that. But that's a lot of energy being used and not a lot being used by Bitcoin, which proves that Bitcoin really does not disrupt the carbon emissions. Like Bitcoin doesn't even do much compared to everything else that we're doing. So this is just crazy. It's really crazy that it's going on like this. But here's more evidence. Like, look, Bitcoin's still the lowest. Gold mining and jewelry is still way lower than that. It's still lower than air transportation. It's still lower than sea transportation. Still lower than land transportation. Still lower than healthcare. Still lower than finance in insurance sector. It's still lower than the construction sector. It's still lower than military industrial, and it's still lower than the building sector. So Bitcoin literally has not much of an impact on the earth as people think. So it's crazy how it's happening. But anyway, this is a huge thing going on in crypto. PayPal's Venmo launches cash back to crypto feature to auto purchase cryptocurrencies. Literally cash back. You can swipe that card, or not even card because it's Venmo. But if you purchase anything through Venmo, anything, like, you're going to get cash back. That's huge. Venmo, a PayPal service, has introduced the cashback feature to allow credit card customers to automatically buy 4 types of cryptocurrencies with their cashback without incurring transaction fees. This is really big news right now, and this is their official statement. They said starting today, cashback to crypto will be rolling out to Venmo credit card holders, offering more ways to use cashback and expanding on Venmo's crypto functionality, which launched earlier this year. So, very big news right here. This is really good for the whole space. The last thing we want to talk about is the new Miami conference for Bitcoin, which is going to be on Miami Beach at the Convention Center at 2022. So this is getting huge. I mean, I hope to see this very soon. But anyways, this is all I got for you guys today. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. But if you do like this video, please go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe, and check out the link in the description for a free stock with Robinhood and Webull. And remember, with Bitcoin, we are going up on this uptrend. So guys, please be careful. You do not want to, sell and then miss out the next run. But yes, we may end up trickling back down to the trend line, but we will continue to rise here. So definitely keep watching out for Bitcoin and watch out for the next videos that I have coming up. And definitely check out the links in the description for free stock with the Robinhood, Webull, and Public.com. And I'll be back with another video. Peace.